Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into the one, the only Bulliet 10-year-old bourbon. We are getting into Bulliet 10-year-old bourbon today. I am super freaking excited. This is a sourced 10-year-old bourbon. It is thought to be sourced from Four Roses, although it is technically undisclosed. It is 68% corn, 28% rye, and then 4% malted barley. It is 10 years old, obviously, and it is 45.6% ABV and roughly around $45-ish in most area. In my area, it's like 43 or so. So yeah, 10-year-old Four Roses juice, $45 at 45.6% ABV. Let's just get into it. I've done this one blind with quite a few different 10-year-old age-stated bourbons. Those are all super budgety though. Like they're all like 28, like Eagle Rare, Russell's 10 in the past. I might link those videos up there if I remember to do so. But this one on those, but those are also $30 bourbons where this is a $45 bourbon. So let's just go ahead and get on the nose to try to figure out, is it worth it? Ooh, God, this is sweet. I love bourbon, man. I love bourbon. First bourbon of the day, and it smells fantastic. Sweet and spicy. That is one of my biggest things about like the Four Roses that I really like. Is it's a very, very like, bourbon's already very sweet, and then that like higher rye content makes it super freaking spicy. Getting like a black tea, a little bit like of like a sweet like vanilla note, a little bit of oak, slight tinge of nuttiness, nice like lemon poppy seed. Getting a little bit of like a butterscotch and almost like a pineapple fruitiness, although it's way heavier on the citrus. It's way more of like a lemon and lime than any like real like typical fruits you would get. If I'm gonna give it any real fruit, it's gonna be like a pear or a pineapple going on in there. It's mostly like the very sweet like caramel, vanilla, butterscotches, and then that like toasted oak, black pepper, herbaceous type like minty note going on in there. It's really, really nice. Let's go ahead and get on the palate. Instant punch of cinnamon, spice, black pepper, oak, vanilla, cherry, and like black tea, finishing into like a black tea, oak, pepper, and like lots of caramel, lots of sweet vanillas in there. It does a nice balance of like sweet and spicy all the way throughout the palate. It starts off pretty spicy, goes very, very sweet, and then finishes towards like a solid like sweet and spicy mix. That initial punch of just like oak, spice, and leather is very, very intense, and then it fades into this vanilla and ends in like this nice like spicy like tea black pepper note. What I will say, it's a little thin. A little thin. It's good, but it is a little thin, little like light on the palate. Viscosity, it's a little low. It's just the way it flows through your palate, it's very crushable if you're someone who likes spice. But it's also throwing me for a loop because it drinks like something that is crushable. It drinks like it's crushable, but the flavors on it are not crushable flavors. It's spicy, very spicy. Viscosity's light, finish is short. This is a hard one because it's not a bad bourbon per se. It's just it's expensive for what it is. Yeah, initial just cinnamon, black pepper, oak, leather, and vanillas, peppery, cherries, oak. Yeah, that it ends way shorter than I like. It's very thin and watery. It's good, pronounced, strong flavors. So what is there is really good. It's really enjoyable. I love the spice. It just drinks, like I said, like something that should be crushable, but it drinks too aggressive for something that's crushable. Like, I don't know a good way to describe this. It's pulling me in two different directions, because there's whiskeys that are like lighter, thin, like 90 proof, like cheaper bottles that are just like crushable, where it's like Buffalo Trace, for example. I absolutely love that bottle because it's light, it's simple, it's sweet, and it's crushable. You could just like drink that all day, no problem. This, a little bit more expensive than that. It drinks kind of like that with the viscosity and like the thickness of it, but there's that extra spice and aggression on the palate that kind of throws me off. It's not bad, but it's not the best bourbon I've ever had. It's honestly kind of letting me down. I like this. I definitely think this is better than, like, say, a Russell's 10-year or an Eagle Rare. But I don't think it's much better than those. So with this being $45 and this kind of having that weird in between, like spicy but also thin kind of flavor profile, where it's like it doesn't fit in a crushable category, and when something's kind of thin, I want it to be crushable. Like Weller 12, that is so crushable, and it's fantastic. And I would rather have Weller 12 hands down over this. And I know that's a bottle that no one can find, but I'm gonna go B-. I'm a huge fan of Four Roses products. I love the single barrel. I like this Bulliet 10, which theoretically it's sourced Four Roses. I like it. It's not bad. But what I will say is I can get Four Roses single barrel for $35, maybe $40 in some places, and it's 100 proof, and it's significantly better than this product. If you're a huge fan of Four Roses, I think this is definitely still something you might be interested in picking up. But if you're not a huge fan of Four Roses and their spicier, more rye forward, herbaceous type flavor profile, I would stay away from this one. It's just not, I don't know. I would rather take multiple Bullet, like just normal Bullet bourbons at $20, have two of those, than one of these. That's just me though. That's going to be a wrap for this video though. If you liked this content and this review, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought about this review. Let me know what you think about this bottle. Am I off the wall for saying B-? I don't think it's as good as Four Roses single barrel, and I would rather have that over this any day of the week. Also, check out the Instagram, Facebook, and the Patreon. The link for that is down there below. We appreciate y'all for all your support. Cheers. We'll see you later.